Hello and welcome everybody. Farmer Donkey here. We are on our Pioneer Challenge here on the New Hope map. We are on episode 15. So in today's episode, we're going to be going ahead and selling off our flour that we have ready. And then we also are going to be selling our mustards that we harvested earlier in the year. And we got a few other things to sell. A few things to look at purchasing, because we have a bunch of manure that we need to, well, I think we're going to use it. We might look to see what kind of price we'd get for it, but ultimately I think we want to use it. But without further ado, we'll get into it right after this quick message.
Welcome to the Farmer Donkey Show, where the seeds are planted and the crops will grow. Grab your boots, let the good vibes
Alright,
flow.
and welcome back in. I hope everybody enjoyed that clip. Probably seen it a couple of times if you've been watching, but yeah, that is our new intro clip. So we have 30,000 liters of flour to sell, which does put us to the point where after we have sold this, we will have completed the sell of 50,000 liters of flour goal for our challenge. We are going to the farmer's market because that's where the best price is currently. So we're going to drive down there and then get this sold. Then we'll look into converting our trailer over to something to carry the mustard. I also kind of wanted to look at why we're down there. And possibly buying a manure spreader, maybe? That way we can... oh man, this fog. That way we can spread some manure on our fields instead of just using chemical fertilizer. So I think we should have enough manure, if I'm thinking right, to go ahead and at least take care of our grass field, because that's the only field that really needs fertilized at the moment. Let's see, we have 15,000 liters of manure, so that would give us a pretty good start. Granted, manure sells for a whole lot more than slurry. So there is that. Trying to figure out what we want to do with our manure and slurry. I don't necessarily want to buy a slurry tanker as well, but that might be what we do and end up selling manure. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. And if that's the case, well, it might be pretty close on our slurry to what we can and can't do with it. But we can always come back and cover everything with our chemical fertilizer. Now, I did want something with a little bit wider of a working width when it comes to a slurry spreader, if that is what we go with. Now, the only benefit to manure spreading is we'd also get a lime spreader that has quite a bit larger capacity. Alright, so we're here at the farmer's market. Should be able to sell these ones. Yep, there we go. Not bad, not bad. And then pull through here. Very good, very good. So yeah, got about 45,000 for all of that, plus all the environmental bonus. So not a bad little deal there. Currently sitting at, what, we were at 111? Now we're at 162,000. How much do we have left on our loan? 140. Ooh. Decisions, guys. Decisions. we could pay off our loan in its entirety and kind of deal with what we have at the moment, and then everything else is bonus. We might... Yeah, because that made a world of difference. What is... How big can this working with be? 21 meters? But that's another... Yeah, that's another 100,000 to do that. Well, 120,000. Yeah, you know, I think we're just going to roll with the chemical fertilizer for now. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to pay off our loan. So let me get started on the way back, and yeah, I think we're gonna buy our way out of debt. That way, everything we earn from here is pure profit. All right, that's for redemption. 140, 309, and pay. We are now officially debt-free, and we currently have 22,000 in the bank. That is a good feeling. That is a great feeling. So, that is awesome. We are finally there. Oh, and I go to try and crash the tractor right away. So now everything is going the way it should. Super excited about being debt-free. And now we just have the rest of the challenge to kind of conquer. So, I think we are able to at least transport the manure with our trailer here. What does manure go for at the moment? Okay. Manure is best in January, so next month, and the price is still rising. So that's not bad. But we do need to go ahead and spray our field this month. So we will do that here in a few once we get this mustard sold. Did I park close enough? I did. Okay. Customize. And we want to go with our Big Holland trailer. And where is our mustard going to be the best to sell? Oh, right here on the farm. Perfect. It is the best month, and our mustard is going down in price. So we did want to go ahead and get that sold off as quickly as possible. And then we can also put brakes. Probably a good chunk of our wheat. It might be easier to go the other way. There we go. Yeah, it might be easier to put the rest of our wheat into our production and get that going for us. Alright. Pull through here. Stop. And watch this money go up. About 40,000 additional income right there. That is amazing. What else can we sell this month? We have, well, I mean, our slurry is at peak price, but that's only $1,200. Again, it'd probably be better if we used it, because the trailer to haul that is going to be well over what we're going to be making from it. So unless we got a biogas plant or something along those sorts, I don't see it being useful to do so. Now we do have, what else do we have? Yeah, I think that's it. Next month we should be able to sell our wood chips. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. And then looks like the price is dropping for all of our wood. I'm not going to sell the food. That's going to go into our cow pen. But yeah, I think we'll go down, cart off some manure, probably pick up, I think that's herbicide. So yeah, we'll pick up a pallet of liquid fert. And then we'll come back and we will spray our field. I am glad that our farm is going in the right direction now. And who knows, we might take another loan out, depending on how much money we actually make. Just to maybe purchase some more land or some equipment or whatnot. But I would prefer to stay out of debt if we could. Since now we just need one more farm, and of course I want to make these farms look like actual farms. I don't want to just leave them kind of bare bones like we have been. But now that we are not worried about a monthly payment, that'll be a whole lot easier to kind of use the money towards customizing the farm, building up some of the equipment, and making this run through a lot easier. Because our ultimate goal is to make 5 million. So that is gonna be quite a bit to go from here. At least I am pretty sure this can haul manure. I guess we'll find out here in a minute. And I believe we... Yeah, let's autosave. I really need to turn that off on this playthrough. Okay, so yeah, we'll only have one trailer of manure, and the best place for that is the manure sell point. Yeah, I know it'll probably be better to sell it next month, but I just kind of want to get rid of it at the moment. What did I hit? So there's like an invisible... Interesting. That... Okay. Found a hitbox that I didn't know was there. Alright. I think if we... I believe it's on this side. Maybe? Or it might be on the other side. Yeah, I think it's on the other side. Yep, there we go. Fill that up. There we go. And the manure sell point should just be down here at the animal dealer, if I remember correctly. Look at our cows. Eventually, our cow herd will increase. That is another thing we're going to end up investing in. Just because I know we're gonna definitely use milk as one of our primary sources of income. I mean, mostly processed milk, but... Right, so there's the lumber mill. I don't think we've gone down this way too much. Alright, so that's the animal dealer. Where is the manure buy-sell point and the slurry buy-sell point? Okay, so that's liquid. Okay, there it is. I got people out here looking at horses. That is awesome. Very nice little detail. Alright. sell off this manure. Again, we're not going to get a whole lot for it, but it's better than nothing at all. About $1,000. So, we'll come back here. And transfer that back over to our bale trailer. Okay. Now, as far as our fertilizer goes, so we got consumables. All right. Yeah, we'll buy a pallet of this. $800 there, but it should last us a minute with what we have. And doesn't have to look too pretty. It's the only thing on the trailer at the moment. We just have to get to where we're going. So I'm going to run this back down to the farm real quick, and I will see you guys once we get there. Alright, so we're back at the farm. We have our Challenger out right now. Because we're going to use the Challenger to go ahead and pull the sprayer. It's kind of funny. So I seen in the used vehicle sales this month is the sprayer that we used from our one tile series, and I was tempted to get it, but I don't know. I mean, it's a lot smaller than what we have, and on this one, yeah, we kind of need a little bit bigger capacity. But yeah, that, and it already has the weed seeker. It just would need pulse width modulation. So for 36,000, we would have had that. But we have one that is way bigger at the moment and already has everything we need. So I think that's just what we're gonna stick with here. But yeah, so we can go ahead and top off our fertilizer here. Granted, we're not gonna use anywhere close to what this is at. There we go. But having almost 6,000 liters of fertilizer definitely helps when we do go to spray our fields. So, what is going to be next for our small little farm? So, one of the things is we want to start using some of the products that we've been creating. So we have our flour that we're producing. We have our eggs from our chickens, and we have butter coming from our cows. So the only thing we really need is, I think, to make some sugar, and then we'll be able to make cakes. So that might be something we look into, is it's actually fertilizing the oilseed radish. I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was at what it needed to be. Okay. But yeah, so at least I believe so. Um, we might put down some beehives for honey, but I don't know. Trying to figure out what we should do to make some sugar. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. Do you think I should go the sugar beet route, or do you think I should go a little bit harder and do sugar cane? If we do sugar beets, whatever's left over we can feed pigs with. Granted, we don't have any pigs at the moment, but that could all change. Again, we're trying to make sure our animals are fed with the products from our farm. So, there is that. Trying to swing this without hitting that tree. Okay, there we go. Now we can get this end. So that is something we would want to think about, is why didn't it fertilize that little area right there? I don't know. Definitely went over it twice though. Alright. But yeah. So do we do that and go for pigs? I'm not sure, and I'll probably ask the Tennessee farmer if goats and sheep count as one type of animal, or do they count as two different types of animal? And if they count as two different ones, can we do sheep on a farm? So yeah, it's definitely kind of up to us. Do cows and buffalo count as the same type of animal? Or do we just completely go crazy and do horses? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Where you think we should go for our next animals, be it horses, pigs, sheep, or maybe some buffalo. And of course, what kind of sugar we should go for. I know for the most part we will probably end up having to take out a loan for stuff we need for whichever sugar we do take. But yeah, that, or it might take a little bit longer for us to get the income that we need. But I think this is it for the fertilizing. So we'll get this all folded up and put back away. I did just remember that we forgot to move the wheat over, so we do need to do that for our flour. Our bales of silage are still fermenting. It'll probably be a couple more months before they're ready, just because on hard economy it takes 3 months. So it'll be February before they're ready. And I had fast forwarded to 12 today, just because in December it is really dark at 8 o'clock in the morning. So with that being said, that's what we did. We started at noon today, just to kind of make sure that everything was all good there. So what are we going to do after we get this put in? I think we'll probably end up cutting down a couple of trees off camera and get those tossed into our lumber mill. We still need to take our goat's milk and put that into our dairy. I didn't even look to see how much we need, so I'm going to stop it there at 16, and we'll check our factory real quick. Alright, so... Okay, so we can take about 20. There we go. And then we'll come over here and dump this off. We will probably have just a teeny itsy bitsy bit left in the trailer, because I didn't get it started as quickly, well, stopped as quickly as I could. But yeah. So I think that's what we'll do, is we'll move around our products and then get a tree cut down, probably get these stumps cleaned up, but we'll do a lot of that off camera. Why is it not allowing me to dump? Did I not get close enough? What if I... No, I think we'll set it to left, and we'll just circle back around real quick and see if we can't dump straight in that way. I didn't think about unloading when I placed the grain mill, but definitely thinking about it now. So, there we go. Alright. So there we go. Get all that put in. Our chickens are going crazy. I know they can smell the wheat. So we had 860 left. Not too bad, but that means our mill is completely full. And then we'll just dump the rest over here. Alright. So now all we need to do is we'll probably drop this trailer here. We'll grab our water-milk trailer and run down and move the milk from our dairy to, well, not our dairy, from our cows to our dairy. I can't speak at the moment. Just finally being out of debt has been, it's throwing me off. Whoa! Ran over the trailer. Alright. So we'll head on down to the dairy, and then, yeah, I think once we get this put in, that's about what we have for this episode. Oh no! I didn't mean to sell some of it. Oh well. I mean, about $900 worth of milk sold there. I need to remember not to drive over that. I keep doing that on both this and the one-tile challenge. But if you are not following the one-tile challenge, I put out yesterday that I'm going to be going on another business trip. And by the time you're seeing this, I'll already be on said trip. But I am going to do my best to finish this week's worth of recordings before I go. But that means that, and since I didn't have enough time, next week there won't be any episodes put out. So I should be back the week after that, because I'm only going to be gone for 2 weeks. But it might be a little bit slower to get those episodes out. with me just coming back from the trip. And some of these episodes take quite some time to actually record. So I will definitely be seeing you guys when we get back. But we are going to do our best to at least finish this week out before I leave. Now we are here at the dairy. I think it is right here. Oh, that's right. We're not making butter. We're making milk. Okay. Well, bottled milk, I should say, not just regular milk. Alright. Now, where did I put that fill point for... Oh, it's right here. Okay. Yep. And just a little over a tank of milk. Which is awesome. We have that ready to go. I think that should get our dairy back up and running. Oh, it already was. Awesome. Do I have anything going for the goat milk? You know what? I don't think I want to do... That's actually not bad. We could turn goat milk into butter. Granted, it's definitely not nearly as good as the buffalo milk into butter. So I think, yeah, that's what we'll do, is we'll make goat butter. And yeah. So I think that's about where we want to go ahead and call the episode. Thank you all for joining us. If you haven't yet, please hit that like button for me and consider subscribing. But until next time, we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.